Thank you. Of course, I'm
The dean of local sportscasters in the city. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just old, that's all.
With us, if you've been living under a rock, with us is Tom Hansen. For those of you out there, Tom, how long have you been doing sports in the Twin Ports, and what was your inspiration for getting into broadcasting?
I have no other skills, but no. First off, congratulations.
Okay.
My dad was a referee and a coach and an athletic director, so I guess it goes back to my dad, and he showed me sports, and you can actually not necessarily make a living because he was a teacher at it too, but exposed me to the sports world, and that's how I got involved and got started, and here I am. I've been doing it since '85 here in town, in radio or TV or something like that. So
doesn't time go by fast? So
it's amazing, guys. As you know, 400 shows is like that, but no, you're right. It's 22, 23 seasons, 22, 23 seasons or years, however you want to look at it. Yeah. But there's great kids. You guys know that. Great kids, teams, players.
It's awesome. And you know what else is kind of cool? Watching you down at the state high school hockey tournament. Yeah. That's got to be kind of a thrill.
That is, the last couple of years I've been very lucky to do that. I mean, very lucky that we've aired the state basketball and hockey, and it's been a great experience. Yeah. It's a lot of work. People think, oh, you go to sporting events. Well, it's 12 hours a day, and then you have to prepare for the next day. So it's great games, so don't get me wrong, but it's fun. But it's jam-packed.
And you have to bring your A game on every segment.
Exactly. You have to know the names, at least how to pronounce them, the score, the teams. You're right. You're exactly right. So, no, it's a lot of pressure, but it's a lot of fun.
It isn't so much a physical thing. It's a mental thing.
I think exactly what it is.
It's kind of neat because you get to talk to guys that you talk to during the regular season, Brendan Flaherty, and all of a sudden you're talking to him at the state high school hockey tournament.
Dave Vesey, Cloquet goes on and on. No, you're exactly right. I love when the local teams come by because it's like you can take a deep breath and, relax like you guys and just chat sports. So it's pretty fun.
So
I remember, I was going to say back in the day, I remember, and Tom was on our show back, geez, I don't know, 2002 or 3, out at the Rust
establishment.
Yep, and we had a bag of peanuts, and we sat there and ate a bag of peanuts and talked sports for an hour. It was great.
Yeah.
But back in the day when Marsh Nelson was doing radio, and they had UMD hockey games, correct me if I'm wrong, broadcasts on both WEBC and KDAL?
Correct. Oh yeah, Steve Jezierski did the EBC games, and Marsh did the KDAL games, absolutely. And then they were on TV on Channel 6 or Channel 3 or whoever was doing them at the time, and Marsh would run from the that's how I've learned it. You run from the deck literally to do the 10 o'clock show. So, I still not comfortable sitting in his chair on CBS doing sports because you guys grew up watching him, and what an idol and what a guy he was, and I was lucky to work in radio with him and do some UMD football games and things like that in the last few years.
Mr. Sports in the Twin Ports.
Yeah. But I'd like to think we're just as lucky to have you come in and fill a void at the time where the changing of the guard was inevitable.
Thank you. First off, and there has been a lot of changes. I was just talking to these guys. There's been a lot in the media.
Right.
I mean, who would have thought the Duluth News Tribune would be streaming games and on the internet, and that we could do games on the internet. That's crazy. The cable access, you guys are doing fantastic work. So the business has changed. There's no doubt about it.
Well, they've got a promo running now for the NBC. Well, you got both NBC and CBS, KBJR.
Yep.
31 years experience, Michelle Lee. 28 years experience. And that means something. And I like seeing that because that does mean something to me as a viewer.
And it balances out because there's no question we have some younger kids, just coming out of school. But yeah, PK's been around, Michelle's been around, Carl's been around. PK is amazing to work with. He's so sharp, and so I'm lucky and to be a part of that. There's no question about it. I see Fortune every day. I think I don't think PK's here though.
On it.
He's putting together that early 9 o'clock show, guys. So.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Okay, thanks.
Tom, I just want to ask you real quick, some highlights over your career covering local sports.
It goes back to the Dukes. I still think the Dukes championship, what was it, 96, 97? That ranks right up there, guys. I mean, it was Goosebump City. Emmanuel Garon was on the mound, and the packed house. I still get goosebumps thinking about that.
Was that the year Zimmerman? That was, right?
Adam Zimmerman?
Yeah.
Well, then one of them passed away.
Winnipeg.
Went to the Rangers organization.
Yeah, I mean, we knocked him out in the championship series. We hit him.
Yeah.
No, it comes back to that. And then obviously there's high school hockey games and whatnot, but I still think that first championship of the Northern League Championship, that goes down as a memory I'll never forget.
How long has that East Cloquet hockey rivalry been a big rivalry? Because I just remember it being fairly recent, going back to the 90s, but
It was pretty one-sided for a while there. There was a lull, but there was always a pretty intense battle between the fans and the teams and the coaches, and yeah, it was exciting. And lately, it's, you know, like you guys say, it's been intense. I can remember games where we've had video of sticks going into the crowd, and then the crowd grabbing the sticks or trying, not necessarily punching, but
footage of that?
Oh yeah, of the fans, because the old barn. At the old barn in Cloquet was very intimate. I mean, you had to get there literally hours before the game just to get a seat. And so that series is phenomenal in high school sports. I mean, there's some great ones, Grand Rapids, Greenway, you know, War Road, Roseau, you go on and on. To me, the East Cloquet one is a pretty intense one too.
Well, I tell you what, who's going to win, the Wild or the Avalanche?
You know, if you would have asked me last night, I probably would have said Colorado, but now,
yeah,
it's to me, it's destiny, and they're just getting warmed up in the first and second period, and then they get going in the third period and overtime. So I'd say the Wild. Yep.
All right.
Well, you got to be impressed by number 8, Brent Burns, and what he's done on the blue line.
Burns, and it goes back to even, you know, Sean Hill hasn't played a lot, but I really like what Sean's done, and you know, he's sucked it up a little bit. He's a team player, hasn't played a lot, but you know, I like that local connection, guys, that you guys talk about. And the goaltending by Nicholas Backstrom, I think, is phenomenal too. So.
All right.
I know.
I
don't want to take all your time. So.
Well, Tom Hansen.
Pleasure to be by.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, Tom Hansen. Thanks again, and
that'll be a small part of your 400 shows.
all right. No, that's great.
Next time, bring your peanuts.
That's right.
I'll get some for you now.
And no, I see sitting off to the side there is Rick Lubbers of the Duluth News Tribune.
Rick, get over here, my goodness.